So, Vettaiyan, what happened to Vettaiyan? Well, we've been getting quite a bit of so called updates. I'm sure all the superstar fans and general audience as well have seen what Leica has been putting out. Alright, so where's the problem? Shouldn't the fans be happy that production companies releasing updates? Well, the problem is we are learning very rapidly that a good production company is not necessarily one with the biggest amount of money. Okay, Leica has loads and loads and loads of money. Number one, and with that money, they are able to bring together talents. Number two, so where is the problem? Well, I think the problem is in their sense of involvement in a project, the sense of pride they have in a project. The big bosses seem to be staying overseas in London, and the day-to-day running is left to the people in India. This is just my opinion, guys. So don't take it like it's a big how to say big senior critics judgment or anything. It's just a viewpoint, a normal audience viewpoint. So if I'm wrong, you can definitely correct me. So even much smaller production houses or producers like Suresh Kamachi, who did the recent Simbu hit Manadu, and those kind of people, passion, right? Even the financing can be challenging for them, but managing the whole project through. And others like Kalepuli Tanu, who's so legendary in the way he markets films, right? So these are like small producers, but they have years and years of experience and lots of commitment. In this way, they've been able to deliver solid products despite limitations of budget, time, and all the other factors. So Leica time and time again seems to be not on the ball. So when somebody just is like an absent parent, right? Let's say the father gives the child lots of pocket money, sending to international school, but the father is always overseas due to work. How will the kid evolve to be, right? The kid will start spending money as he likes, will not have self-discipline and everything. So then the father is surprised. Hey, I spent 10 years, sent you to the best schools, and gave you all the money you want. Now why you turn out like this? Alright, and that's also same with many of the nepo kids, whereby their parents are stars and then they are unable to find a footing in the industry because everything has been given to them. When you have to struggle for every step, that always gives you a kind of a strength, physical strength, mental strength, spiritual strength, and you become what you are. But if everything is given to you, then and nobody scolds you or criticizes you, then you don't know what reality is. You see, that's why one reason why Bollywood films all they say have to remake from other industries, because so much of nepo kids and they don't know about real life. All right. Look at how Sun Pictures is doing films with Rajini. Granted that not all their films with Rajini has been super duper hits, but still they seem to be more proactive and more engaged in the whole process of movie making, and of course their big boss is in Tamil Nadu itself. So it so happens that due to circumstance, both Vettaiyan and Coolie, the projects are sort of going on at the same time, and you can see how Coolie, even at he's still got almost 1 year to release, and now itself they are promptly releasing various character portraits and driving up excitement and so on. So they seems to have a bit more of punch in what they are doing. Okay. Whereas Leica, in fact, with Rajini trusted them to give two projects. In fact, one involving his daughter, and the story that comes out to us is that hard disk was lost. This is like a very new thing, like how unprofessional how to say production team can be when such huge money is involved, and not only that, a reputation of one of the Asia's biggest stars is involved, and then they just come up with a product that is patch up of whatever shooting what do you call it reels that they have left after losing it. So I don't know if anybody is auditing them or what's happening there, but it's just very what do you call it, it destroys morale, you see, especially at a time where production companies like Hombale from Karnataka and teams like Rajamouli, its family, doing so well in Andhra. So this Tamil producing community state is very sad indeed, and they are almost powerless because in fact the heroes are very busy with humongous salary. Of course, if you talk about people like Rajinikanth and Kamal Hassan, they put in years and years of work, so you can talk about salaries being in that stage, but even mid-tier heroes are now demanding salaries like anything. So where can Tamil movie go in this kind of an environment? So unless production teams buckle up, the products release are not going to be meaningful. So back to the question, on 10th of October will Vettaiyan release? Well, there's a very very high chance it will release because Rajinikanth has said those words in front of some yogis in North India that will release on 10th. The production company has announced on 10th. But however, you see, after announcing that, only after a few days later, they talk about patchwork cinematography being completed, and after that, only they were showing the dubbing going on. So it's like not yet actually a completed product. They're still doing all kinds of work, maybe under pressure again because Rajini, I think, is probably pissed off by now with what's going on with this production house. So I can't even say that hopefully they learn their lesson because they already have a lot of failed projects. And nobody can understand why, because it involves supposedly brilliant individuals. For example, Indian 2 with Kamal Hassan and director Shankar. Right? Where's the producer's role? Did the producer look at what's happening and try to guide it in the right direction? Of course, the whole Indian 2 project has been beset with various kinds of ill luck, but still, so that is on one side. And the question is still there whether Laika will be able to continue as a producer if Ajit's Vidai Murchi and Rajini's Vettaiyan does not hit the mark. And I'm very worried because what we saw with Shankar and Rajini. Here we have TJ Gnanavel and Rajini, but production company still Laika. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that Laika has a major role in the kind of projects that they're coming out, or is it not their fault? They've done their best and it's just that the team is being careless because it's just lots of money from production company with the basis overseas. Maybe you can share your thoughts. So I think most likely Vettaiyan will come on 10th of October. My biggest concern is the quality, right? Hope there's no hard disk that's lost. Hope that all the color correction, all the editing, everything has been polished. Even the song is not out yet. Of course, we know Anirudh is famously late. See, lots of these stars, many of their bad habits are forgiven when they're success. But I think they should take note of criticisms, right? So Anirudh has a habit of till the last 1-2 days before the film release, he's trying to polish, and it's not just because of how to say he's having a lot of projects or anything. It's just that he's going for all these concerts, international concerts, and so there's no harm in going for concerts, but maybe you should set aside a certain time. Maybe finish all your movie projects, and then maybe November, December, or you allocate a certain time in a year where you won't take projects and you can go and happily do nice concert overseas. So Anirudh is happily in his concert, and we don't know when he's going to come and finish his song, and there's barely 40 plus days left for release, and so naturally everybody's worried. It should not become a culture, you see, because maybe unless you got directors like Maniratnam, who was very responsible financially and in completing projects on time, these negative habits are going to continue. And I think superstar Rajinikanth has a responsibility as a senior in the industry to be more strict and ensure that people adhere to certain way of doing work, to bring in positive culture. I mean, Bollywood, the Hindi film industry are proud of how they see Collywood technicians work so efficiently, quickly, with limited budget. But how to say, locally it seems that the bad habits are creeping in. So in conclusion, Vettaiyan will most likely come on 10th of October. People must remember that there are strong competitors on board. Kangua might also come in, and we also wish the best for Kangua's team because they worked hard as well. And so if Vettaiyan team is not alert, Kangua will take their lunch, and then how to say, no point being sad or upset or whatever it is after that. And I think superstar Rajini also should take some responsibility to ensure that his projects are being conducted in a in an optimal manner. I think in the past, especially in the 80s, early 90s, with directors like S.P. Muthuraman and so on, Rajini could be comfortable and just do his job as an actor. But now with this new generation of people, they don't have the the same dedication as the yesterday people. So I think Rajini should play a more leading role. We saw how things got so much better when in Jailer. So in Jailer, when being left behind by Kamal Hassan and Vikram, Rajini jumped up and started really putting in the effort together with Nelson. The news, the great point is that Rajini gave a lot of input, was very active, just like he was in Padayappa, and we all saw what kind of product came out. So I hope Rajini, with the success of Jailer, does not rest on his laurels, get the team moving, and in the future he should think a few times before giving opportunity to Laika. Unless Laika bucks up, unless Laika really performs in Vettaiyan, I think he should start looking at other quality producers. And both Rajini and Kamal have a responsibility to bring in positive habits in the Bollywood film industry. Having said that, I still wish the best for Vettaiyan team. I hope they really release the first single by Anirudh soon. I hope positive things roll out. I hope Gangua's team also is able to polish the film further with the extra time they have. And let's hope all is well for Bollywood after a disastrous first half of the year. Hopefully things pick up in the second half, and hope 2025 is a banger of a year for Tamil cinema with Jailer 2 and also Coolie coming out. Thank you guys, take care, share your comments in the comment section. Thank you, bye bye.